What is up, everyone? Welcome to Heroes Avenue. My name is Darren, and today we're going to be talking about the Blue Beetle movie, and we're going to talk about James Gunn and what he's doing over at Instagram. Not Instagram, the headquarters, but what he's doing on the Instagram app. So the Blue Beetle movie just found their director with the director of Charm City Kings, Angel Manuel Soto. And he has been attached to the project, and this is coming from the Wrap, and this is what he said about the project. He says, "It is an honor to direct Blue Beetle, the first Latino superhero film for DC," said Soto in a statement to the Wrap. "I want to sincerely thank everyone at Warner Brothers and DC for trusting me to bring Jaime Reyes to life. I can't wait to make history together." And this is great news, especially for the Latino community, because we just got the announcement that the Supergirl casting is going to be Latina, and now we're hearing that they're moving forward with the Blue Beetle movie with Jaime Reyes, which is great. This project has been in works for a long time. They brought in their writer back in 2018 with Gareth Dunneth Alcacer. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Pretty sure I'm wrong, but he is screenplaying the movie. He's also working on the Scarface reboot, so who knows how that's going to work out. But this movie is set to start production early this fall, so things are moving quickly. I mean, they already got their executive producer with Zev Foreman, who also produced Antebellum and Dallas Buyers Club, which I love. Dallas Buyers Club is like the movie that got me on and made me become a fan of Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto. Jared Leto, I think he also won an Oscar in that movie as well. And so I feel like this is a good team. I mean, I don't know much of Gareth, the screenwriter, nor did I watch Charm City Kings. So those two guys it's pretty unknown to me. But if you guys watch any of their films, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. But Charm City Kings is an award-winning Sundance film in 2020, so that gives me a lot of hope that this Blue Beetle project is in good hands. And so this article also says that this is going to be released in theaters, not HBO Max, because it looks like HBO Max is going to be fit for more smaller DC projects. And so since this is going to be a big budget film, that's going to be more towards the theater camp, and which is great. We need more representation, and DC already has a diverse cast, especially with Justice League and with Birds of Prey and with the Suicide Squad. I mean, they're already beating Marvel in the diversity game, right? It's already known. And so adding Blue Beetle into that is great for the general audience. It's great for representation. It's great for overall, especially in the Latino community. I mean, over at Marvel, I mean, they still haven't brought on a Latino cast or a Latino superhero. I mean, you got Miles Morales, which is great over at Sony, but we're still waiting for that to be brought to live action, right? So, and so I think this is great news. I remember back in it was several years ago. It was like early Heroes Avenue era when we first started this channel. There was talks to have, I think, a Blue Beetle and Booster Gold project together, and I think it was supposed to be like a comedy or something like that. And I'm so glad that never saw a day of light, because I feel like that would have been a disaster. Even though I mean, every film could work, but I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to superhero films, and you're trying to mix different genres, and especially if you're trying to mix like a comedy genre in it, it tends to come off super campy and it doesn't work out. And so I'm really glad that they're just focusing on one character for this movie, and they're focusing on Blue Beetle. And so that is great. And I know Blue Beetle has a huge following, especially after Young Justice. Everyone loves Blue Beetle. And I remember there was also like another project. I mean, I feel like Warner Brothers has tried to get Blue Beetle off the ground. I remember back in 2010, there was also a test footage that DC released, and it was like a test footage for a possible Blue Beetle series, and that got me excited because I remember watching it and I was like, oh crap, this is gonna happen. And this is right after Smallville. I mean, the visual effects in that test footage isn't that great, but it gave me like Beetleborg Power Ranger vibes, and it just it just worked for some reason. I think at that time we didn't have that many superhero shows and movies, and this is literally coming off of Smallville. So, I mean, if that was the bar, this test footage kind of was like one upped it, and it got me excited. But yeah, I think this is great news. I'm definitely going to check out Charm City Kings on HBO Max. I have seen it plenty of times on the app. I've always like scrolled past it, but now that I know that the director of that movie is directing Blue Beetle, man, I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's gonna be cool. So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this Blue Beetle movie having the director of Charm City Kings attached to it? Have you guys watched his films? Are you guys excited for this? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this James Gunn story. So recently on James Gunn's Instagram, he did a recent Q&A, and someone asked him, "Are you working on other projects at DC outside of Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad?" And then he replied, "Maybe just a little, one toe dipped in," which basically means he's not entirely like directing a film or a project. He's probably like either writing or at most executive. He's like the producer of that project, and so that to me that excites me because I want to see more James Gunn's work. And I'm curious on what the Suicide Squad is going to look like, and the Peacemaker. And after I watch that, then I will get excited for this third DC project that he's working on. But until then, I'm crossing my fingers. But I do have hope because I do love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I do love what he's done prior to Marvel. And so I'm curious on what this DC project is. I know that he's great at ensemble movies. He's worked on Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad. But I know that he's also focusing on Peacemaker, which is a solo project. So I'm curious if he's going to jump back into the ensemble role, or is he going to focus again on a solo film? And James Gunn, he tends to like focus on like obscure characters and team ups. So maybe he could be working on a Secret Six project, because I know that was announced, I think last year or 2019. Or maybe if you flip the other way, maybe he's working on an Outsider movie. I think that would be pretty cool, right? But if not a team up, maybe he's working on the Backroad project or another project that we don't even know of. And so I'm really curious on what that project is. But I am glad that he's hood hopping for Marvel and DC, and he's getting a bunch of work. And I hope Suicide Squad is great, because that would get me excited for his other projects that are gonna come out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What is this other DC project that he's working on? Do you think it's another solo film or a solo project, or do you think it's another team up movie or series? So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about all this? Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.